Hey y'all, what's up YouTube? This your girl Kat and I'm back with another video. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is your girl, the one and only Miss Tina Turner. The one and only What's Love Got to Do with It, okay? Alright guys, so I'm going to be speaking on a little bit of her life and, I'm pretty sure you have clear idea of what really happened from her movie that actually came out. But just going to do a little bit of biography background, maybe some things you did not know about Miss Tina. So yeah, all right, let's get into it. All right, guys. So Miss Tina Turner, actually named Anime Bullock, was born November 26, 1939. She is now age 82. She was born in Brownsville, Tennessee, which is about maybe 50 miles outside of Memphis, Tennessee, because honestly, I've never heard of Brownsville. Memphis, I definitely have, so kind of gives you the area of where she grew up at. Right now, she currently lives in Switzerland, which she moved there back in 2013. So from 1939 to 2013, she was living in the United States, but she decided to then move to Switzerland in 2013. So she's no longer a U.S. American, which, I mean, honestly, I don't blame her. But yeah, guys, so as you know, she was married to Ike Turner. They had got married in 1962 and they divorced in 1978. So let's go ahead and get into her music career while she was married with Ike. Tina began her career with Ike Turner, Kings of Rhythm, in 1957. Under the name Little Ann, she appeared on her first record, Box Top, in 1958. In 1960, she debuted as Tina Turner with the hit duet single, A Fool in Love. The duo Ike and Tina Turner became one of the most formidable live acts in history. I can imagine. I can only just wish that I was growing up back in those times and just went to one of their concerts. I know it was a sight to see. She's just a very top performer, you know? All right, so in 1980, she launched one of the greatest comebacks in music history, which was a multi-platinum album called Private Dancer. And it contained the hit song, What's Love Got to Do with It? I know y'all know that song because I know I do. I love that song and I love the movie. All right, so she actually got a Grammy Award for Record of the Year for that song. And it became her first and only #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100. At the age of 44, she was the oldest female solo artist to top the Hot 100 charts. You go, Tina. I know that's real. Even during her Break Every Rule World Tour in 1988, she set a then Guinness World Record for the largest paying audience, over 180,000 for a solo performer. So just her by herself, the audience paid over $180,000. Can you imagine? All right, moving on. So in 1993, What's Love Got to Do with It? A biopic adapted from her autobiography, My Life Story, was released. In 2009, Tina Turner retired after completing her Tina 50th anniversary tour, which is the 15th highest grossing tour of the 2000s. Having sold over 100 million records worldwide, Tina Turner is one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. She has received 12 Grammy Awards, which include 8 competitive awards, 3 Grammy Hall of Fame Awards, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. She is the first Black artist and first female to be on the cover of Rolling Stone, which ranked her among the 100 greatest artists of all time and the 100 greatest singers of all time. Turner has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the St. Louis Walk of Fame. She is a two-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Ike Turner in 1991 and as a solo artist in 2021. She is also a 2005 recipient of the Kennedy Center Honors and Women of the Year Award. All right, now, that's some goals to achieve in your life. And you can just sit back and just imagine how peaceful her life is right now after achieving all of this. Like, girl, you are the I can only imagine to live up to such. All right, so moving on. So in Tina's early years, she actually had two older sisters, one named Evelyn Juanita Curry and one named Ruby Aline Bullock, which was a songwriter. Actually, as young children, the three sisters were separated when their parents relocated to Knoxville, Tennessee to work at a defense facility during the World War II. Bullock then went to stay with her strict religious paternal grandparents, Alex and Roxana Bullock, who were deacon and deaconess at a Woodlawn Missionary Baptist Church. It is said after the World War II, the sisters reunited with their parents and moved with them to Knoxville. 2 years later, the family returned to Nutbush to live in Flag Grove community, where Bullock attended Flag Grove Elementary School from 1st through 8th grade. As a young girl back then, she sung in the church choir at Nutbush Spring Hill Baptist Church. When she was 11, her mother, Zelma, ran off without warning, seeking freedom from her abusive relationship with Floyd by relocating to St. Louis in 1950. 2 years after her mother left the family, her father married another woman and moved to Detroit in 1952. Bullock and her sisters were sent to live with their maternal grandmother, Georgiana Curry, in Brownsville, Tennessee. She stated in her autobiography that her parents had not loved her and she wasn't wanted. Zelma had planned to leave Floyd, but stayed once she became pregnant. She was very young, who didn't want another kid, Turner recalled. As a teenager, Bullock worked as a domestic worker for the Henderson family. She was at the Henderson house when she was notified that her half-sister Evelyn had died in a car crash alongside her cousin Margaret and Vella Evans. All right, guys, so of course we want to know exactly how Miss Tina ran into Ike Turner, or should I say Miss Anna Mae Bullock ran into Ike Turner. All right, so it is said that in St. Louis, her and her sister, they used to visit a couple of nightclubs. In one of the nightclubs, Ike Turner and his band, Kings of Rhythm, were performing. And she basically saw them performing and she got so intrigued by how, their band sounded. She loved how Ike sounded. It actually stated that she felt like she was in a trance at one point. So she wanted to get an opportunity and sing with him. But it was stated that he never had females sing for him. But there was one night. It was one night that she ran across one of the Kings of Rhythms singers or vocalists there. And he allowed her to sing during an intermission, right? And she ended up singing B.B. King blues ballad, You Know I Love You. And upon hearing her sing, Turner asked if she knew more songs. And she sang the rest of the night and became a featured vocalist with his band. During this period, he did teach her the finer points of vocal control and performance. Bullock's first recording was in 1958 under the name Little Ann, as I stated earlier, and she is credited as a vocalist on the record alongside Ike and fellow Kings of Rhythm singer Carlson Oliver. In 1960s, Turner wrote A Fool in Love for singer Art Lassiter. Bullock was to sing background with Lassiter's backing vocalist, the Artettes. Lassiter failed to show up for the recording session at Technisonic Studios. Since Turner had already paid for the studio time, Bullock suggested to sing the lead. He decided to use her to record a demo with the intention of erasing her vocals and adding Lassiter's at a later date. Local disc jockey Dave Dixon convinced Turner to send the tape to Juggy Murray, president of R&B label Sue Records. Upon hearing the song, Murray was impressed and with Bullock's vocals, later stating that Tina sounded like screaming dirt. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment, y'all. But hey, it is what it is. He stated it was a funky sound. Murray bought the track and paid Turner $25,000 advance for the recording and publishing rights. Murray also convinced Turner to make Bullock the star of the show. Turner responded by renaming her Tina because it rhymed with Sheena. However, family and friends still called her Ann. He was inspired by Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, and Nyoka, the Jungle Girl, to create her stage persona. Turner added his last name and trademarked the name as a form of protection so that if Anime Bullock ever left him like his previous singers had, he could replace her with another Tina Turner. But y'all, as we see how that played out, that never worked. So he thought it was some protection, but no, sir. You could have never found a better Tina Turner than Anime Bullock. I'm just saying, hey, I'm just saying. All right, moving on. In 1960, Bullock was introduced to the public as Tina Turner with the single A Fool in Love in July 1960. It reached number 2 on the Hot R&B Sides chart and number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. All right, so as they reigned during 1965 through the 1970s, they ended up signing with Blue Thumb Records in 1968, releasing the album Out of Season in 1969. The album produced their charted cover of Otis Redding's I've Been Loving You Too Long. Later that year, they released The Hunter. The title track Albert King's The Hunter earned Turner a Grammy nomination for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. The success of the albums led to Revue headlining in Las Vegas, where their shows were attended by a variety of celebrities, including David Bowie, Sly Stone, Janis Joplin, Cher, James Brown, Ray Charles, Elton John, and even Elvis Presley. In the fall of 1969, Ike and Tina Turner's profile in their home country was raised after opening for the Rolling Stones on their U.S. tour. They gained more exposure from performances on The Ed Sullivan Show, Playboy After Dark, and The Andy Williams Show. The duo released 2 albums in 1970, Come Together and Working Together. The cover of I Want to Take You Higher peaked at number 34 on the Hot 100. Whereas the original by Sly and the Family Stone peaked 4 numbers below that position. The Come Together and Working Together albums marked a turning point in their careers in which they switched from their usual R&B to incorporate more rock tunes such as Come Together, Honky Tonk Woman, and Get Back. By mid-1970s, Ike was heavily addicted to cocaine, which hindered his relationship with Turner. In 1976, they headlined at Waldorf Astoria, New York, and signed a television deal with CBS TV. Ike made plans to leave United Artists Records for a 5-year deal with Cream Records for $150,000 per year. The deal was to be signed on July the 5th. On July the 1st, the Turners flew from Los Angeles to Dallas, where the Revue had a gig at the Dallas Statler Hilton. They got into a physical altercation en route to the hotel. Shortly after arriving at the hotel, Turner fled from Ike and later hid at a friend's house. She filed for divorce on July 27, and it was finalized on March 29, 1978. After their separation, United Artists released 2 more studio albums credited to the duo, Delilah's Power and Airwaves, in 1978. So guys, real quick, I want to speak on how this relationship actually became as one, before they actually got together. It's kind of weird because upon reading upon this biography of Tina, she actually was in a relationship with one of the saxophonists of Kings of Rhythm, and his name was Raymond Hill. And she became pregnant during her senior year of high school, right? And she moved in with Hill, who lived with Ike Turner because he was in Ike's band. And she stated she didn't love him as much as she loved her high school sweetheart, but he was good looking. And she was like, oh, well, my baby's going to be beautiful. So she had a son by the saxophonist named Raymond Hill, and she named him Craig. So one time, I guess, the Raymond Hill guy, he broke his ankle after some sort of wrestling match with the other Kings of Rhythm band member. And he broke his ankle and he returned to his hometown, Clarksdale, before their son was born. Craig was born. And so in August 1958, he left Anna Mae Bullock, Tina Turner, and she basically became a single parent while living, still in the home with Ike Turner. So then it comes, up to Ike and her relationship. Basically, it stated that they were platonic friends when they first met from 1957 up until 1960 is when their affair began. And Ike was living with his live-in girlfriend, Lorraine Taylor. But they had become intimate when she went to sleep, right? And I guess, Tina Turner, she felt bad. And she was like, I don't want to continue our relationship. And I ended up striking her in the head with a wooden shoe stretcher. And she stated that was the first time that he had instilled any fear in her. And that she also stated that she decided to stay with him because she really did care about him. But at the beginning, she really didn't like him like that. So anyway, she stayed with him and she ended up getting pregnant again. So she got pregnant with their son, Ronnie, in October 1960. And they moved to Los Angeles in 1962 and they married in Tijuana. All right. In 1963, Ike had purchased a house in the View Park area. They brought their son, Ronnie, and Turner's son, Craig, who she had with Raymond Hill, and Ike's two sons that he had with Lorraine, which was Ike Jr. and Michael. And they all lived in that View Park area. As a result of Tina's and Ike's split, Turner had to result in appearing on TV shows such as The Hollywood Squares, Donnie and Marie, The Sonny and Cher Show, and The Brady Bunch Hour. As lawsuits were mounting for canceled Ike and Tina Turner gigs, Turner resumed touring to pay off her debts with finances given to her by United Artists executive Mike Stewart. Turner re-emerged with a sexier image and costumes created by Bob Mackie. She headlined a series of cabaret shows at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas and took her act to smaller venues in the United States. Later that year, she embarked on her first solo concert tour in Australia. In 1978, Turner released her third solo album called Rough on United States Artists with distribution in North America and Europe on EMI. That album, along with its 1979 follow-up, Love Explosion, which included a brief diversion to disco music, failed to chart, so United Artists Records and Turner parted ways. In 1991, Ike and Tina Turner were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ike was incarcerated and Tina did not want to attend. Turner stated through her publicist that she was taking a leave of absence following her tour and she felt emotionally unequipped to return to the U.S. In response to the night of celebration in a manner she would want, Phil Spector accepted the award on their behalf. In April 2010, mainly due to an online campaign by fans of Rangers Football Club, Turner's 1989 hit The Best returned to the UK singles chart, peaking at number 9. This made Turner the first female recording artist in UK chart history to score top 40 hits in 6 consecutive decades, and that's between 1960s and 2010. In 2011, Beyond's second album, Children with Children United in Prayer, followed and charted again in Switzerland. Turner promoted the album by performing on TV shows in Germany and Switzerland. In April 2013, Turner appeared on the cover of the German issue of Vogue magazine at the age of 73, becoming the oldest person to be featured on the cover of Vogue. In 2020, Turner released her third book, Happiness Becomes You, a guide to changing your life for good. She co-wrote the book with American author Taro Gold and Swiss singer Regula Curti. It was chosen by Amazon's editors as a best nonfiction book of 2020. In October 2021, Turner sold her music rights to BMG Rights Management for $50 million. Later that month, Turner was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist, accepting her award via satellite from her home in Zurich, Switzerland. All right, guys. So what are your thoughts on Miss Anna Mae Bullock or Tina Turner? So let me know in the comments. Me personally, I find it ironic that her mom dealt with her abusive father, and then she fled, and then she ended up getting with Ike, who was the same way, and then she fled. So it's kind of ironic that they both were in that situation. And then, Tina, she definitely must have been super tired to flee. She only fled with 36 cents and a mobile credit card in her pocket on the night that she left him. And I did not like that. No, he didn't like or appreciate her leaving. It even says that on multiple occasions he stated that he was never officially married to Turner because he was legally married to another woman at that time of their ceremony. However, it is said that they were common law married and still had to go through a formal divorce. He also stated that her birth name is Martha Nell Bullock, not Anna Mae Bullock. She signed her legal name as Martha Nell Turner on multiple contracts. This is what he said. So, as y'all can see, he was being real messy and, bothered at that time. All right, guys, so we've covered everything that Miss Tina has done and accomplished over her lifetime and her Lifetime Achievement Awards. We definitely discovered how strong and empowering that she really is, especially to persevere through everything that she had to overcome. It's truly sad to hear that her mom dealt with an abusive man also. It kind of, goes back to the sense of what you see. You think that it's okay in, your latter years of life, but it's definitely not okay. Glad that she woke up and was able to get out of that situation. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified the very next time I drop another one. All right, guys, so we're going to finish up with Miss Tina and the rest of her performance on this night. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Mwah.
Bring it down. People all over the world ask me, when am I gonna slow down?